Sip iPhone, sip Rajender, sip Girish, sip Rutanu, sip Yogini, sip Raji, sip Ru Mataji, sip Anand, sip Chotwani, sip Deepa, sip Shalu, sip Bliko. I can't see you, but sip Bliss, sip Ranjana, sip Atma, sip Tina, sip Sagai, sip Sudeep, sip Dasi Budrani, sip Atmatre, sip S, sip Krishna, sip Pankaj, sip Will, sip Chidanand, sip Krishan, and sip, as he put in his chat. So many sips. So with that sip, we are going to start today. I'm the car. I hope we are okay, right? We are able to. I'm caught in the road as I'm driving in Iceland, but all is good. Girish, you are comfortable seeing me? Is okay. What is the difference between a quiet mind and an empty mind? What is the difference between a quiet mind and an empty mind? So, who is going to break the ice of quiet mind and empty mind? We have got Bliss. Yes, my dear Bliss, tell me, what is the difference?
Ram dear, Swami Ram. How are you
Shivam, tell
doing?
me. I am good.
Show me, please. Are you able?
Huh?
Show me. Are you able?
Sure. I am here. You see where I am? Can you see?
Ah, wow. It's
I
nice.
am I am the
In the
car.
it's I don't know, fog.
Yeah, you want to see
Foggy
where the fog is.
time.
So here, can you see where I am?
Yes. Ah, c'est spécial.
And I'm sitting in the car and I'm doing the recording from the car. Okay, now we get back to business and I go back in the car. Otherwise, I will freeze.
Thank you for showing me.
Okay, tell me.
I
Tell
write
me
to
this.
you. Are you able to read what I write?
It depends what you write, but I'm going to read now after I close the door. Ah, okay.
It's
So
cold.
you are, it's 6 degrees. Six.
Oh,
Bridget. Bonjour, and an empty mind makes noise with a bad feeling, drama, and is not happy, while quiet mind accepts, surrender, more at peace. Okay, I listen your answer. I give other people chance to try. Rajender Ru Krishna. Rajender, I got your point, Bliss. Let us see everybody opinion. Rajender,
Sir, namaskar.
namaskar.
Sir, I think white mind is mind with less MTR, calm, peaceful, performance sansara in a conscious way, fully focused.
Okay,
White mind. Then
okay.
empty mind is no mind. Empty mind is no mind. I think it is the stage of nothingness. Only bliss is there. Empty mind is no mind, sir.
So the question that we wanted to ask is, what is the difference?
Differences, yes.
Correct? That's the question today. What is the difference? What is the difference between a quiet mind and an empty mind?
Yes, sir. Sir,
You know the difference?
sir, am I audible, sir?
Yes, yes. You're very audible.
I already said that what is my perception? Quiet mind with less MTR, mental thought rate less, calm,
Okay.
quiet, focused in sansara, works in sansara, focused and in a conscious way, in a conscious manner. It is quite
What is
in awareness.
Rajendra? Don't confuse, Rajendra. Please be clear. Quiet mind, empty mind, black, white. Be clear.
Empty mind is, sir, no mind, free mind.
Good.
Nothingness,
Good.
by state of nothingness.
Good. I like your answer. Rumadaji. Rumadaji, Krishna, Sukeshni, Yogini.
Shivoham Guruji, Pranam Guruji.
Boliye Mataji.
Guruji, quiet mind is Shanti mein mila, क्या हसी आनंद सत के चित में है परमानंद।
ये
गुरुजी क्वाइट
ये क्या है?
शांत,
क्वाइट माइंड, एम्प्टी माइंड, ये क्या बात कर रहे हैं आप?
ये क्वाइट माइंड है, बिल्कुल
एंड व्हाट इज
शांत।
एम्प्टी माइंड? एंड
Empty
व्हाट इज
mind
एम्प्टी
is
माइंड?
devil's workshop. Empty mind is devil's
अरे
workshop. Clutter and clutter all the time. Shor, Saraba is
एम्प्टी माइंड.
the yes.
You are
शैतान
telling
का
empty
घर
mind
है.
as you are calling the idle mind empty mind. ठीक है, आपकी perspective ठीक है. Let us see. Today is a very interesting conversation. See, let me tell you, this call is basically, although we have beginner session, Sunday open house, this call is for enlightened masters. Many of you are very much enlightened, and I only am trying to give you all that fine tuning just to get to that state of Buddh. Buddh, Buddh. I want to help you get there. And you all are very advanced in this. Let me ask Krishna. What is the difference, Krishna, between, thank you, Brahmataji, between quiet mind and empty mind?
Yeah, Shivam sir. Sir,
Shivam.
quiet mind. Nowadays, whatever questions you give me, I try to deduce to that mantra you gave me. So for me, quiet mind is I'm not Krishna. Empty mind is I'm Krishna. For example, and the difference, if I want to say, quiet mind, there is still thoughts. If I say mind is, you said it's a thought factory, but you have still the mind, still there is thought, but the minute, thought can anytime bombard you again. So you're quietening, that's stilling the mind, but no mind means nothing. The intellect has taken control, or we have locked consciousness with our intellect. That means no mind is the perfect situation of realization.
Good.
Before realization is a quiet mind. After realization is no mind.
So see, everybody, each of you has got a different mind on the mind.
That
Each
means
of you
no
is
mind
giving a
means there is
different
intellect. No mind means there is no mind. वैसे भी mind नहीं है. You say there is no mind, does not exist. That state is a no mind state, empty mind, intellect
We are,
state.
we are talking about quiet mind, empty mind.
Yeah, quiet mind. अभी भी thoughts है. You're silencing the thought. You're quietening the thought. You're calm, but still there is thought. No, there is mind. There is ignorance, but no mind मतलब mind ही नहीं है. You are that Sachitanand.
No mind, we have not spoken. You are clear. You are saying no mind. I am saying
Empty mind
quiet
means
mind.
thoughtless. No, sir. Empty mind में emptiness मतलब thoughtless है ना. फिर mind कहाँ है?
No, good. So good. I'm saying I like your interpretation. I'm enjoying the interpretation. And we are trying to see, let me tell you one thing. This is the journey. This is the talash. And this every day, 40 minutes, even I'm driving in the middle of, where I'm in North Pole. I am in the North Pole means if you look at the globe, where's Iceland, you will be shocked. Where is Iceland? It is one small island somewhere above UK, above Europe, somewhere, nowhere. But I come to places where there is nothing. There is nothing. Because it is in this nothingness that we get everythingness.
Yeah.
And therefore, I'm trying today to talk to you all on the importance of quiet mind, empty mind, and trying to tickle your mind. I am trying to tickle your mind. That's all I'm trying to do. So, Keshini.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. And keep on thinking, keep on contemplating on this for the next 20 minutes. Bolo, Keshini.
As for me, mind cannot be empty, and quiet mind is in consciousness when we are. That is when there is thought stillness.
Beautiful. See how Keshini from nowhere she comes and she gives a different analogy. Completely. She's saying, how can they be empty mind? Now, what did you say? Keshini cannot be empty mind, no?
No, sir.
And quiet mind?
Quiet mind is when we are in consciousness, we can still the thoughts. We are in truth consciousness, and we can control our emotions.
Very good, Keshini, very good contemplation. I want you all to contemplate. What is the difference between, just like that, blah, 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 kuch bhi bol do. No. What is quiet mind? What is empty mind? Very important. Contemplate. contemplate and get to that point. And then only what Guru Mataji sang one song. She said, Shanti se mila kya hasi anand सत्य के चित्त में मिला सच्चिदानंद. How do you reach that state of Satchit Anand? It's all to do with the mind. Huh? And then if you want a little bit more masti song, I know Girish sings this song or not. It says, मेरे चित्त में और ख्याल में तुम बस तुम ही हो एक पल भी ऐसा नहीं जिसमें तुम नहीं हो मेरे दिल की धड़कन तुम मेरी सांस हो तू मेरा सब कुछ तुम हो तो मैं हूँ तुम बिन नहीं हूँ. So how do you contemplate these thoughts, my dear friend? How do you contemplate empty mind? Huh? And what we said, we spoke about difference between quiet mind, empty mind. I'm still waiting for more contemplations. And we finished. Thank you, Sukeshni. Now,
Thank you,
next
sir.
is Yogini, Yogita, Chidanand, Vanita. Come on, Yogini.
Shivam, sir. Sir, mind can
Shivoham.
never be empty. It is the
Ah.
house of a devil.
See, some other contemplation. Mind can never be empty. Then
Mind and quiet mind is like a snowflake. Like one by one, it falls. The thoughts come one by one in a quiet mind.
so all of you are giving good answers, but I don't know. I'm still to find one person at least to be in full consciousness. Full consciousness. When is somebody going to come in complete consciousness? Then I know that, there you are. Let me see.
When you
Okay,
are
good.
in Satchidanand, the mind is quiet, sir.
You tell me.
Yes. When you are in Satchidanand, the mind is shant, quiet.
सच के चित में जो रहता आनंदा में रहता सच्चिदानंदा हाल है वो. So how do you relate the quiet mind, an empty mind? What is the quiet mind? What is the empty mind? Yogita,
Thank you.
bolo Yogita.
गुरुजी शिवम मैं
Shivoham.
मेरे अकॉर्डिंग जो क्वाइट माइंड है दैट इज टेम्परेरी माइंड एंड एम्प्टी माइंड इज नो माइंड एंड दैट कैन बी आफ्टर इनलाइटमेंट मतलब फ्री फ्रॉम संसारा फ्री फ्रॉम कर्मा.
तो क्या बोलना चाहते हैं आप?
मतलब मैं कह रही हूँ जो एम्प्टी माइंड है दैट इज आफ्टर द इनलाइटनमेंट एंड फ्री फ्रॉम कर्मा और जो क्वाइट माइंड है दैट इज परमानेंट स्टेट और जो नो दिस थिंग है वो टेम्परेरी स्टेट है मतलब वो ऑन एंड ऑफ होती है क्वाइट माइंड कभी होता है कभी नहीं होता.
तो कुछ तो आपका माइंड कुछ तो बोल रहा है, लेकिन आप क्या नहीं जानते कि माइंड क्या बोल रहा है. Be clear. Be absolutely clear. Yogita, come back again. Chidanand, come and give us some good answer, Chidanand. What is quiet mind and empty mind? Chidanand, the Rupa.
Shivoham Guruji.
Shivoham.
Sir, I personally feel either there is a mind or there is no mind. It's like a shadow. Either there's a shadow or there's a no shadow. Either there is
Beautiful.
ignorance or no ignorance. So
So,
mind is a
Chidanand.
bundle of thought.
Very good.
So that cannot be a state of empty mind or quiet mind.
Arre wah. See, completely different answers. This is our Chidanand. He's in Chidanand. So, Chidanand, explain.
The mind is a bundle of thought. So
What is the difference?
moment,
So what is the difference between quiet mind and empty mind?
Both are the same. They don't exist.
Arre wah. Arre wah. Chidanand is hit. This is called in cricket, this is called googly. Googly. Google E. Okay. So good. So we have got, I think, the newcomer Jannat. Yes, Jannat, you want to say something? Ask and then Girish. Please unmute Jannat. Unmute and speak. You have to unmute. You have to unmute. Jannat, speak now.
Yeah, actually, I feel empty mind is a complete illusion. It creates a lot of illusion. Outer world is an illusion. Inner world is a real world.
Correct.
So basically, but it can travel to multiple dimensions. Travel करने जितनी capabilities mind के पास होता है, through higher dimension, अपर डायमेंशन से हम अगर ऑपरेट करें तो वी कैन अनलॉक आवर स्पिरिचुअल पावर्स like telepathy, telekinesis and all, but end of the day only immortality or eternal life हमें प्राप्त करनी होती है. So या जब तक यहाँ पे धरती पे हैं तब तक हम इन पावर्स को अनलॉक कर सकते हैं. वी माइंड हालांकि इल्यूजन है, स्टिल इट हैव कैपेबिलिटी टू ट्रैवल, मल्टी डायमेंशनल होता
Correct.
है. थ्रू हायर
Correct. So
कॉन्शियसनेस हम ये अचीव कर सकते हैं. इट्स पॉसिबल,
very good.
इट्स वेरी मच
These are
रियल.
good thoughts. But what is the difference between a quiet mind and an empty mind? You would
Quiet
like to defend?
mind, when you know the truth, that outer world is an illusion and inner world is real, automatically your mind जो होता है वो completely empty भी हो जाता है. At the same time वो quiet भी हो जाता है, क्योंकि कोई भी illusion की तरफ हम जाना पसंद नहीं करेंगे. Obviously inner world की तरफ focus करना easy हो जाएगा. So difference तो खैर ज्यादा नहीं है, पर when you know the truth, that both are like एक ही same thing है, like
So
quiet हो,
so I think you are
empty
matching
mind.
Chidanand. You are matching Chidanand. Chidanand just gave an answer and you are also endorsing him. There's no difference what you
Yeah,
are
I
saying.
believe in that. Yeah, I
Oh,
also believe that it's important for the moksha also.
okay, good. Jannat is a newcomer. Welcome to the call. And Girish and Ashok Nichani. Thank you. Girish and Ashok Nichani. Bolo Girish.
As long as the mind appears, it is always ever yelling.
Good. Then
So, since mind does not exist, but it is a bundle of thoughts.
Yeah.
If there are no thoughts, then it will not be called as a mind at all.
so therefore, very good. Then
So, the question of hot and cold cannot exist together. Quiet mind and ever yelling mind. When it is mind, it is ever yelling only. It is a monkey, it is jumping.
So why so many people are jumping today? Now the call from last 15, 20 minutes, already 20 minutes. Why so much jumping?
And
Because
empty
of mind.
means there are no thoughts. You are in consciousness, intellect.
So therefore, what's the difference of quiet mind and empty mind?
There is one jumping mind and there is intellect, consciousness.
So
when
what's the
the
difference?
mind comes,
between-
the quietness does not apply at all.
So what's the difference between
Because it
quiet
is
mind?
always ever
What's the,
yelling.
what's the difference between quiet mind and empty mind?
Empty, quiet mind is not even in paper, but empty mind is consciousness or intellect.
Okay.
And we one never existed even for a second.
And other?
The other one, if we are in consciousness, it exists where we can realize our true nature.
Mind will exist?
No, intellect will exist. It is no mind at all. When it is empty mind, it is not called as mind. It is called
So
as intellect.
What are you saying different? What are you saying different from Siddhanand? Are you saying same or different?
I say that quiet mind concept itself is wrong.
And empty mind?
Empty mind is consciousness.
Okay, good. Ashok Nichani. This is what is called Betty bought a bit of butter. Betty bought a bit of butter. The bit of butter very bitter. So Betty bought another bit of butter to make the bitter better. So this is what is tongue twister. Okay, we are Nichani, Vanita. Will is also on the line today.
Shivam,
Will
sir.
on third. Shivam, sir.
Sir, the quiet mind is Satchit Anand.
Very good.
We human beings or a monk or anyone can reach that stage.
Okay,
but
quiet mind.
Empty mind is only the people like Rishi Munis who have killed their mind. They are sitting in dhyan for several years, not bothered about Andi Tufan jo bhi aaye. They will not move. They have not much faith. उनको डराइए आप टाइगर आ रहा है, they will not get up.
Very good.
That is empty mind. Because
empty
their mind
mind.
is empty. They don't have any thoughts. They are not bothered.
Well, Ashok has given very elevated answer. Will, come on, Will from UK. My dear Will, what is the difference, Will, between a quiet mind and an empty mind? Namaskar to you.
Namaskar. I think in Buddhism they would say a quiet mind is free of thought, and empty mind is free of ego, free of me, the I.
Okay, very good. Very good. So Will is following high-level Buddhism and he's giving us from Buddhist perspective. So Will, but you're also in sync with what we have been talking. You're active in this call every day. So in a few minutes from now, we will do an analysis of what you say. Quiet mind free of thought and empty mind free of mind and ego, both me. So Will, thank you, Will. Will has given another perspective. Thank you, Will. So sip. Bolo.
हेलो सर सर
Hello.
एम्प्टी माइंड जो है मुझे लगता है कि ये फुल ऑफ ईगो है जब ईगो आ जाता है तभी हम मुझे ए करना है वो करना है ये अचीव करना है उसको बीट करना है ये सब थॉट्स भी आ जाते हैं खुद ब खुद ये एम्प्टी माइंड है और क्वाइट माइंड ये है कि बी यूनाइटेड विद द डिवाइन गॉड के साथ मतलब एक धर्म का चिंता होना
Okay, good. Vanita, thank you. Sip. Vanita, Raji, and Rutanu. Then we will analyze. Vanita, Raji, Rutanu. Vanita, you're there? Vanita is not there. Raji, speak. Raji, Vanita is not there. Raji.
Hello. Yes.
Vanita, you can't hear you. Vanita, try to unmute, but Raji is speaking. After Raji, Vanita, try to unmute. Yes, Raji.
Shiva Hum Guruji. Quiet mind is we have to still the mind. That is thoughts we can lessen the thoughts. We have to less the thoughts and all. But empty mind, there is no mind. So there is no empty mind. There is no mind means empty. There is no empty mind.
It's not coming.
Mind is there. That is otherwise
Can
there
you
is no
hear
mind.
me?
We are not the
Shiva,
mind body. In that way it will go away. So there will be no empty mind at all. Mind is there, and we have to lessen the thoughts and all. So that is quiet mind.
Quiet mind.
Thoughts
to
right.
lessen
We
the
have
thought
to
of
lessen
quiet.
thought and all will read. MTR. We have to lessen the thoughts and all.
So
Stillness of mind is quiet mind. Empty
let me
mind does not
explain in a-
appear. No empty mind.
Empty mind does good. I like your analogy. I like it. Thank you, Raji. Rutanu bolo. Huh? Vanita, are you online, Vanita? Vanita, speak, please. Vanita, can you speak?
No, can you hear me, please? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Please speak, Vanita.
Okay. Yes. Quiet mind is when you follow the mantras for monkey mind, how to tame your monkey mind, then it becomes quiet. That quiet mind is calm for some time. You can train it with practice, you can calm your mind. Whereas empty mind is your true self, your core consciousness. It is empty mind. That means there is no thought. No mind, body, mind, ego. There is no mind. As Girish said, there is no mind.
So very interesting. We are playing. Thank you, Vanita. We are playing
Can
with so
you
many
hear?
words today. Yes, yes, we heard every word of what you said. We heard every word of what you said. So thank you, Vanita. Rutanu, I like your analogy. Rutanu,
Shivoham Guruji.
Shivoham, bolo.
Guruji, empty mind, quiet mind had some thoughts, but it is quiet now. The thoughts have disappeared. But a hollow and empty mind we have to do with the meditations, and then only we can have that emptiness, that nothing is there. It is all clear.
I'm just seeing how your minds are working. I'm just watching. I'm watching your minds. Krishan, Dr. Krishan, bolo.
Shivam Guruji, quiet mind is a stage of awareness. When we observe our thoughts, thoughts come one by one, and we understand that Maya is playing with our thoughts. That is quiet mind. But no mind stays mean complete samadhi mind or Sachitanand stage, where your ego is zero. You are clear that you are free from mind, body, and ego.
Okay, good. Thank you. Raj. Yes, Raj. Thank you, Kishan. Raj, bolo. Raj, are you speaking?
Oh, yeah, I'm speaking. Am I audible?
Yes, please continue.
Yeah, Shivoham, Sip everyone. Quiet mind is a current state of consciousness. We attempt to not erase any thought. Empty mind is when thoughts doesn't appear and I'm dead. My state of death will result in empty mind.
Now he has gone to death. Complete death. Good analogy. I like today's session has shown at least 20-25 people applying their intellect to get to a spiritual tug of war. What is quiet mind? What is empty mind? Thank you, Raj. Let us analyze. Janat, you want to say something before we analyze? Unmute. Yes, Janat.
Yeah, I feel living in the present moment is a quiet mind. When we flow with the life, with all the smile and happiness, that's a quiet mind because we live in a present moment, not in the past or the future.
And empty mind?
And the empty mind is obviously it's completely like nothingness. When you become nothing, you become God. When you become nothing, you become everything, alpha and omega, like that state of mind. You achieve that through the balancing of your inner feminine and masculine energy through the meditations and chakra balancing also. It's very much possible to achieve that consciousness.
Okay, thank you. So, my dear friends, now let us analyze. Are we ready? What are we trying to analyze? What is a quiet mind? First of all, we must understand that the mind doesn't exist. The mind is a bundle of thoughts. When the mind appears, it is only a bundle of thoughts. And therefore, when the bundle of thoughts is quietened, when you quiet the bundle of thoughts, you reach a state of consciousness. The moment you reach a state of consciousness, there is no mind. So where is the question of quiet mind? It is just like me telling you, can you please get me a glass of hot, cold water? Can you get me a glass of hot, cold water? Can you get me a glass of hot, cold water? How can I get you a glass of hot, cold water? No. Either I can get you hot water or I can get you cold water. I can't create, there's nothing like a quiet mind. A quiet mind doesn't exist. It is the mind only because it is a monkey. The moment it is monkey, it becomes a mind. The moment you make the monkey quiet, it becomes a monk. The monkey becomes a monk, M-O-N-K. Therefore, let us be very clear that there's nothing like a quiet mind. Now come to the next point. What is an empty mind? What is empty mind? Mind is full of thoughts. The moment there's empty, then again there is no mind. So Chidanand caught the bull by its horns. Today Chidanand caught the bull, and then there's a girl Jannat. She's gone to Jannat. Right now I cannot see her. But the point is that what happened was Chidanand caught the bull by its horns. And Chidanand said, "What are you talking about? Where is the question of quiet mind? And where is the question of empty mind? There is no quiet mind and there is no empty mind. So where is the difference?" It's me telling, it's just like me asking you, what is the difference between Kachpuja, and what's the difference between Yatputi? You would say there is no Kachpuja. There's no Yatputi. How can there be difference between Kachpuja, and Yatputi? There is no, my dear friends, be clear, be absolutely clear. Our goal, and that is why 20 people said different answers. Each of them had some consciousness. So even Raji said, no, how can be empty mind? Then Rumataji went and counted the empty mind as an idle mind. An idle mind is a devil's workshop. Now she went into a state of memory and she picked up a memory, a quote she has learnt in school. I always say we should not become a fool because of what we learn in school. But my dear friends, let us be very clear. What is a quiet mind? There is nothing. The mind is chatter. The moment there is quiet mind, there is no mind. You see, the mind ceases to exist. It's just like me telling you, Kapil Dev is very good in silent commentary. Huh? Kapil Dev is very good in silent commentary. You say, what is a silent commentary? What is silent commentary? Kapil Dev gives good silent commentary, means he's silent. Then there is commentary. When there's commentary, then there is silence. So we have to be very clear. Quiet mind may reach a state of consciousness. Empty mind doesn't exist. If there's a mind, it is full of thoughts. So both empty mind and quiet mind are terminologies the mind brings up. The mind fools us. The mind tells us, no, I will be quiet. Girish, I will be quiet. I'm your mind. I'm your best friend. I will be quiet. Tell the fellow, you rascal. Hey, you rascal. You may be quiet now for one moment, but next moment you will be bombarding me with thoughts. The mind promises, Yogini, I will be empty mind. What empty mind? If there's empty mind, that means you still the mind, you kill the mind. The mind ceases to exist. The moment you still the mind and you kill the mind, it's an empty mind. You lock the consciousness with intellect. The moment you're able to lock your consciousness with intellect, the mind cannot come back. And the mind by itself doesn't exist. Haven't we heard this? The mind appears to be. The mind is not a reality. The mind is just a bundle of thoughts. My dear friends, the more we are able to contemplate on this, the more we can reach that state of consciousness. So I'm giving you back the floor. I finished what I have to say. Does anybody want to ask questions? Are you confused? Are you clear? Are you now more clear? You need to reach that state where you quiet the mind. There's no mind. You empty the mind. There is no mind. When you quiet the mind and you empty the mind, you are in a state of Satchidananda. Satya सत्य का चित आनंदा है, सच्चिदानंदा सच्चिदानंदा, एहसास जो सच का करता है, चित्त में रहता वो आनंदा पाता. The problem is we are not able to be in such Chit Anand. Why? We are not able to be in such Chit Anand because the mind comes. Mind, how it comes? Slowly. Huh? माया चुपके से आके सच को छुपा के मिथ्या को दिखा के बोले ये संसार सच्चा है ना सच्चा सब कुछ माया. Who's creating this maya? Who's creating this maya? Who's getting caught in the maya? Huh? मन बड़ा है चोर, चैन चुराता है, डर और चिंता में हमें डुबाता है. मन को है मारना, दुश्मन बड़ा है वो, मन को जो मारे मुक्ति वो. So I like Chidanand's clear-cut, short, clear, crisp answer, because this is called being in consciousness. Correct? Somebody comes and tells you, Rajender ji, you say yes, ho gaya, fail ho gaya na. I am not Rajender, my name is Rajender, but we respond to the name. We become the name. When are we going to get mukti? When are we going to get that Shakti? Okay, so 2-3 minutes of anybody who wants to ask a question or make a comment. Then we have to go into close. 2-3 minutes. Anybody wants to question or clarify or confirm your understanding? Anybody can speak. Over to you. Kailash Kumar. Bolo Kailash.
Shivam Guruji.
Shivam.
This is true that there is no mind. This is the only the bundle of thoughts. Okay, we observe, and it's depend upon. We need to live in the consciousness that is we called. We are in the consciousness stage. So there is no mind. No one can define the mind.
So you heard the conversation. You were there in the conversation. There is no quiet mind, and there is no empty mind.
Mind है ही नहीं.
Either नहीं है जब हम ख्यालों के गुच्छे में अटक जाते हैं. When the thought is thrilling us and killing us, then we are in mind state. The moment you are in mind state, you lose consciousness. You become a monkey along with the monkey mind. How many people I have met? You know, some people, they say, what is the most common word of realization of the monkey mind? Anybody knows? What's the most common word for realization of the monkey mind? Anybody knows? Yes, Girish?
Mind never existed.
No. Suppose you have a monkey mind and you realize you've got a monkey mind. Then what is the most common word we hear?
We say that cut the EY.
When you cut the EY, then what is the realization that comes to your lip?
I become a monk.
Good. And then we say the most common word, sorry. Because we realize so long we might have been like a shaitan. Then when we are a shaitan, when we reach back the state of Bhagwan, immediately the apology comes on our lip. I'm sorry. Amma, I'm sorry, Amma. Because I was in the mind state. If we don't have the realization, will we say sorry, Girish? We will never say sorry. Why we will not say sorry? Because we are still in the
mind state.
Mind state. The moment we are in consciousness, what happens?
Intellect gets activated.
And we realize our mistake. Immediately we say we are sorry. Then we know we have come back to state of consciousness. Thank you. Quick comment of
I have a question here.
Yes, Girish.
Few sessions ago, we discussed that it is not just sufficient to have no thoughts or no mind. but we should be in truth consciousness. So to be in the state of Satchit Anand in today's class, we have to be truth consciousness. We have to be in truth consciousness. So no mind plus conscious of the truth. Both are essential ingredients of experiencing Satchit Ananda.
But
Right,
why no mind? Why are you saying no mind? The moment there is consciousness, automatically there is no mind. No need to mention no mind. It is like saying, when we switch on the light, we must remove the darkness. And then when we switch on the light, do we need to remove the darkness?
No.
Why we don't need to remove the darkness?
Darkness never existed. It is the absence of light.
So in the consciousness, the mind will automatically disappear, Girish. In that state of consciousness, there must be truth consciousness. Now, truth consciousness comes from using the intellect and realization. When we are in that state of Jnani, Yogi, Buddha, then we are in that state of Anubhuti. That when you realize you don't have to memorize, you don't have to analyze. Then in that state of truth consciousness, there is Satchidanand. There is eternal bliss. So is there some more question on you have tried to ask? But we must try to lock. So today I was writing a book. Today in Iceland, I was writing a book. The book I'm writing is Start a Quest to Discover the Purpose of Life. In that book, I'm writing how the mind is like gushing and pushing. The mind is gushing and pushing the door. The mind is gushing and pushing the door. So if you don't lock it, it will push you on the floor. The mind is gushing and pushing the door. If you don't lock the door, it will push you on the floor. Correct? Then you're gone, Girish. The moment the mind is on top of you and you're on the floor and the mind is on top, means we are finished. Therefore, that state of locking with the intellect, that state of consciousness, we must be locked in consciousness. And when you lock in consciousness and a sthit pragya, as a sthit pragya, when you're locked in consciousness, automatically it will be truth consciousness, because no myth will accept. The sthit pragya will cut off any nonsense coming. Chop, 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 chop. Chop it, crop it, drop it, gone. Stop it. The sthit pragya will not allow. But the non-sthit pragya will say, कौन है वो? आजा, ये थोड़ा door खोलो. थोड़ा गिरीश, थोड़ा door खोलो, देखें कौन है. The moment you open the door, it will push you on the floor. Get the point? So you shut the door and you lock the door. Be in that state of consciousness. I hope we are clear, Girish. I hope we are being very clear. Thank you, Girish. Last comment from Raj. It's Raj, last comment.
So Shivam, I was just asking the same kind of relation. The realization of or having the consciousness is different from the mind. That's what you're trying to say? Or we have to become consciousness through mind. How does who tells us we are SIP?
It is just like saying, is darkness different from light?
No,
After
who
we
tells?
switch on the light.
No, I was asking. Now we are.
Now we are on. I can't hear you, Raj. Unmute. Raj, I can't hear you.
Hello.
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yeah. What's your question?
Now we are all talking. We are all in a satsang kind of thing. We are making some thought, and we are thinking we are SIP. We are SIP. Who is telling us that we are all SIP?
Nobody is telling us.
Is that a mind?
Nobody.
Is that the mind which is also needs to align towards the truth, or completely zero thought? If there is zero thought, even I'm not SIP, right?
So, my dear Raj, some people in this call, they have got a monkey mind. They will say we are not SIP. Some people in this call will use the quietened mind and say silent mind and say, okay, are we sip? Okay, I am sip. But the one who has killed the mind and is in a state of consciousness, that person experiences that we are sip. Telling we are sip is not enough. No point telling somebody you are sip. It doesn't work. You have to
I'm not,
experience.
no, I'm not saying telling. Realizing that we are sip. Through what? Is it through mind? We are realizing that we are all sip, and we are making it quiet, and then realizing it.
So mind will never realize we are sip. Mind will throw that thought out of the door. When you use your intellect, you will realize your intellect can discriminate and say, I am sip. But as long as the mind is there, the mind will destroy the intellect thought. So you are getting back to the basic brass tacks. You need to reach that state of consciousness to realize neti tattvamasi. That is realization. That is anubhuti. You can, by telling somebody, you go and tell somebody you are sip, they'll give you one slap. What nonsense you're talking, you are sip. What sip you are? One slap they will give you. Try to do it. Go to some Krishna consciousness and tell somebody I am Lord Krishna. One slap you will get. So please, how can you say you are Lord Rama, Lord Krishna? How can you say that? हमारा हनुमान जी को बदनाम कर रहा है. फड़ाक, one slap you will get. So it needs anubhuti. It needs experience. It starts with the mind. Slowly, you are using thought discriminated by intellect. As long as the mind is active, there can be no discrimination. When you quieten the mind disappears. In that state of consciousness comes the realization. But now the realization has come that the time is over. So I have to shut the call. And every day at 8 when we start, come with all your answers. Because at 8 people are still wiping their face and closing their eyes. And so at 8 o'clock, 8:10, 8:20, nobody has questions. Come and ask. Don't come 8:35, 8:40, 8:42. Administrators putting gun on my head. Keep quiet. Stop it. So I have no choice. With folded hands, I bow down to you.